Wow, I'm back. For some reason, it just seems like I only post on Sundays and the weekends, basically. But that's mainly the time I'm free, so that's the time I can be consistent with it. Hopefully, I pick it up throughout the week and start making more content, or just yeah, basically. But without further ado, the main topic is why you should quit social media, or why you should use it less, or why you should use it for the right reason and not the wrong. Sorry for my voice. Been feeling a little bit rusty or whatever. Um First, I wanted to get started with, I find it quite interesting. Someone was asking me for my Instagram the other day, and I was telling them on how I don't use Instagram, and she kept asking me for other social media like Snapchat and basically name it. And then I was like, I don't have any. And she looked at me with such a like, as if like I was lying to her. And she looked at me with such a disappointment. Or I wouldn't say disappointment, but with such a like uncool, or like you're unknown, or like I don't know. But it was basically like like she looked at me basically if I was a weirdo. But what that made me realize was is just like it. What that made me realize was that it's like the social media thing became such a normal thing. It's like people feel as if like if you're not using it, you're a weirdo, or like who are you fooling, or like um it's kind of like you're not normal, you're not joining everyone because everyone is doing it, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's always a choice. um but social media became such a normal thing that people start using their online name in real life. Well, you call them their online username instead of their actual name, and they would take that, which is like, there's nothing wrong about it, but it's still, I think that's weird. It's not, I mean, to me, I think that's weird. Like, why wouldn't you want to be called your name instead of some silly name you made on the internet, and then now people call you that, and then you're like, if your name was like Pretty Dot or whatever, and then people start calling you that, and then you go by that. But why did I quit, or why did I stop using it less? Well, with me, I have a I wouldn't say it's a problem, but I tend to find myself comparing myself to my generation, or like people around my age. It's like, if you're 20 and I'm 20, and you tend to have a Lambo at 20, I would tend to be like, why don't I have a Lambo? Am I doing something wrong? But a lot of us don't realize that some of the achievement those people are willing or achieving, they're not, they weren't normal things before. People wasn't doing that. People wasn't getting an apartment at 19. I mean, I'm sure there were individuals that are, but now it's an now it's like we're so connected that everyone could just know about my first apartment. One thing social media did was just like, it connect the world to like, to extreme, like to such an extreme version. It's like back then, if you was living in your little hometown, if something cool happened, if in the town, people out of town might know about it, but it might take them months, and then it might be a big deal for like out of town. Like what I'm trying to say is like it's like the things that are we were supposed to enjoy, that are the extreme, became normalized because of social media. For example, you could hop on social media, you see someone skydiving out of an airplane without a parachute. Before, if you seen that, you probably would have been like, damn, he's crazy or she's crazy. Damn, why are they doing that? Now it's like, if you see it, it's like, it be, you kind of like numb to it. Like, if that makes sense. Like, for example, another example is like watching 20-year-old, 20-year-old, 25-year-old buying Lambos, cars, hopping on a yacht. It becomes become very normalized. Like, if you see it, you won't even be like, wow, such an achievement. You're more so, it becomes such a normal thing to see nowadays, since everyone's doing it, and then it flashes on your face all day, and you thinking it like, oh, since everyone's getting it, it must be easy. You don't know what the person's doing behind closed door. You don't know if it's theirs. You don't know anything. But with me, I kind of went off the track a little bit, but with me comparing myself to other people, turning back to the 19-year-old getting Lambo's apartments and yacht and going across the world. If you see someone just like you, you're gonna feel as if like you're doing something wrong, and you deserve it, as you should. As you should feel like that, you deserve it. But it's still, it doesn't take away from the fact that that's those people, they're playing the game at such a high level, and that's not honestly jealousy. It's just like, I look at it as if like it's 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 not it's not weird, but it makes you want those things, and that can get you to be depressed. If you don't know, you can go on YouTube and look up Kevin Gate comparison. How he was talking about comparison, like he don't have no, like how he doesn't use social media because he start comparing his life with other people's, and that was making him depressed in a way. That could cause you to be depressed, because you're like, how do these people living a perfect ass life and I'm not? And one of the main things, you don't know what these people going through behind closed door, because it's showing such a perfection. Social media is a world where people post their perfection, the perfect angle, the perfect lighting, the perfect car, the perfect girlfriend, the perfect everything, to be honest, because no one's gonna show their imperfection with the whole world. And honestly, like, the second thing I would say, so the first thing was comparison with me. The second thing is not more so about me, but I look at it as if like for other people it's like attention. People, it's like nowadays attention is everything. If you could capture other people attention, I don't know, your brain kind of release some sort of dopamine. If you post a picture, somebody like it, your brain, it's like a feel good. I don't know, but I would tend to find friends that would post stories on Instagram, and they would I would, they would come to me and be like, "Oh, I had such and such a like on my story. Did you watch my story? Did you like my picture?" And I would be like, "No, because I didn't, I didn't, I didn't, I never made it a big deal to like people's stories and try to leave a comment, and basically I basically never engage with anyone's stories and stuff like that. That's basically me. But for them it was such an important thing. It's like if you didn't, it was a big deal. And I was like, and it was always like, wow, I didn't know. Like, why do you look for other people approval through likes and watch and how long the person watch it, and and all of that? I mean, I never seem to get it. I mean, if I get it, if you're like, if you wear an outfit, you out somewhere and someone say, "Oh, I like this on you," and you're like, "Oh wow, that make that makes you feel good," because you really, because it's one individual that said they like it. Someone might have you put versus you posting a picture on Instagram. The person might have not liked the picture, but because of your outfit, they might have just liked it um because they know you're gonna trip about it later on or whatever. But I feel like attention. Some people try to grab attention through the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. You'll be. It's honestly surprising what people that are like my age would do for like attention. Third thing, um, third thing. Oh, I'm also gonna give like I just lost train of thoughts, but I'm also gonna give like some props on how you should quit, and if you're if you're planning on using it still, which I think you should. I don't think you should quit it. Um, if you want to use it, in what way you should look to use it. But the third thing, I kind of I kind of think I went wrong was loneliness. Um, the thing is, if I posted something and someone like it or like someone engage with it or someone be like, "Wow," I still feel like the person doesn't really care. Versus like maybe the person seen it and it's like maybe it's my point of view because like I would like something I don't care about. I mean, there's so many things. I just feel like you could get in the in a way, social media was made to connect a lot of people. It like I don't get how you could get lonely off of it, if that makes sense. Like if you ever feel lonely through social media, leave a comment, tell me how and why. Fourth thing, fourth thing I would say that really messed me up was cons like the consumption of content. That is actually what like I would say I struggle with the most. I would consume so much freaking content for hours and hours and hours. It would make no freaking sense. And when I'm doing it, I didn't realize how much I was doing it because it was such a normal thing. When you break out that cycle, you seem like, damn, I really just be, I be Like, there's no way I used to sit for hours and hours just consuming other people content or like other shit. I feel like I really got into social media was like 2020 when we was at home and we had nothing to do but watch TikTok and do dumb shit at home. And TikTok got implemented to the Apple Store or whatever, and boom, instantly got on it and start scrolling. So I didn't really break away from TikTok until basically this year. Well, last year, kind of deleted it. I was just like, it's always like when you want to quit it, you would be like, what's the point? I mean, it's there. I could always download it back. And then you comes in a situation where you don't need your phone. I would like catch myself pulling out my phone looking for TikTok to go on. And then I would see how many times I do that. It would be like, wait, there's no way I used to do that. And plus, you would wake up in the morning, the first thing you do, it doesn't have to be TikTok. You would check your phone and then you'll be like, and you sit there for like hours and hours instead of getting up, getting your day started. But you sit in your bed for like 1 or 2 hours before you even fry your brain of hella dopamine, hella things that are with hella perfection. How do you expect to start your day and enjoy the little thing when you're just consuming perfection all the time? Social media doesn't show you how to appreciate the natural beauty and thing. I don't know. It just feels like it. It's just like a hyper. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like it hypers everything. Yeah, like to the extremes, to the point where you start thinking like your regular day to day need to be just like that, and if it's not like that, it's not as valid or it's not as good. That's when you start falling for the fake perfection, which you should just appreciate what's in front of you in the present moment. And I would say you should appreciate that. So I would find myself over consuming a lot of content, waste a lot of time and energy when I should have been focusing on things that actually matters. I read this book this other day that said, I don't remember the name. I'm not lying, promise. But it was talking about if you can start removing all the things that don't matter and focus on the thing that does. When you start removing the things that are least important and you focus on the things that are most important to you, your life start going from here to all the way up. It's weird how we would just it's weird how this whole thing was made to connect all of us. Although we're like hyper connected with each other, but we're also like disconnected from the real actual world. Before, if you went to the doctors and you had to sit in the lounge, you would just wait for like an hour or 2 hours, or who knows. You just wait there for like, and then you would have you would wait, you would get bored, you would find stuff to do, you would like go outside. But now You just pull out your phone, go on Netflix, um, be away for like the hours, distract yourself, find ways. It's like people find more ways to distract themselves on nonsense, such as consuming content that is not valuable for you when what you should have been versus you distracting yourself doing something productive that's benefiting you. The doctor example might have been a bad example, but you get what I mean, the gist of it. The so how to quit. How to quit is very simple. I think you just need to ask yourself, um, what do you want to get done in your life that you want to replace with consuming content? What is actually you want to prioritize right now instead of scrolling, instead of you would just find yourself replacing that bad habit with a better one. All you have to do is replace it. That's it. Um so how do you replace it? Is your goal is to get money? I mean, you can read books. You can do other things. Oh, one thing that actually helped me too on my journey was just if you ever watch TikTok on your phone, you would just scroll. Well, for me, I ended up putting TikTok on my laptop, so I would have to press the key, which was not as enjoyable, I guess. It's not as it doesn't give the same scrolling feeling, and it was more tiring on my fingers, I guess, of clicking it the whole time. Yeah, and I switched everything, and then it looks more professional. It's like from the laptop to the phone, I guess, and I don't have it on the go. My laptop, I can just pull it up. Um, these are what I used to do to quit social media. The second one, the second thing I said, well, I was good. How you should use it, or what you should use social media for if you was using it. So it's and you could take advantage of that too. It's a place where you go and connect with people, right? You could reach thousands of people. And nowadays, if connections is everything, and if you could reach a certain amount of people, if you have a product, so to say, you could sell to them. Social media, I feel like if it was using for business instead of pleasure, people would look at it different. Most people use it for business. Most people, I'm pretty sure people that create social media, whoever the owner of TikTok is, he probably not sitting there consuming TikTok all day. But it was, I would say, if you connect with people that would make that at least you're gaining something from it. You're able to leverage you watching it all day, or start creating things to reach a lot of people, or content like I'm doing right now. I'm creating YouTube because I want to reach a certain amount of people, and I want to maybe change someone's life one day if they're watching this. Reach a certain level amount of people, and be able to help people out. You should be using social media to help people out, not watching others win. you should be winning too, because you have the right to win. But like I say, I just come on here, click the recording button, and real raw, no editing, just me speaking my mind out. If you relate, you relate. If you can't, then I don't know.